Hey everybody, how's it going? We're back for another hopefully really cool interesting video. So for the last about, I want to say, year and a few months now that I've owned this car, I've wanted to know how much this thing puts down. And we've all guessed, you know, everybody has their guesses with the upgrades that I have. If you guys remember, I have a 77mm clutch pulley, 630cc injectors. I have an 82mm throttle body, the belt wrap kit. We have no cats, long tube headers, and now we also have the extra cooling mods, which you guys are going to see a video this weekend. I'm waiting on VRP to send me some stuff. You guys will see. But so yeah, so am I forgetting anything? Let me think. I probably am forgetting something. Yeah, we got the trans tune as well. Honestly, I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. So we're going to a dyno today. We're going to be putting the 55 on the dyno. We're going to see how much power she puts down. And supposedly with all these mods that I mentioned, from what I read online and from what the tuner says, I should be at like 540 crank, maybe 530, just depending on conditions. It is really hot outside, so as you guys can see, I have it in Celsius, but it's 37.5 degrees Celsius. I think that's, what is that? Probably high 90s, 100, I don't know, something like that. But yeah, so we'll see how much it puts down. I'm hoping it makes good power. I hope it makes good power, and we'll just see. We'll see how she does. So I'll catch up with you guys when I get to the shop. So we've made it. We're here at Eurotech Tuning in Las Vegas, and let's go ahead and get inside and see what they say. I have an appointment for 3 o'clock for the dyno, so let's see how this goes. So we're in here. He's just getting the mileage off the car and the VIN number, and should be good to go. So I'll get back with you guys when we put on the dyno. Well, it's on the dyno. Mustang owner, what's your prediction?
I'll say 460 wheel.
I'm hoping, I'm gonna go off crank. I'm saying 540 crank maybe. Hopefully, we'll see.
Okay, perfect. We'll
But,
see.
yep. So we're back from the dyno. I've changed because I didn't want to say my work uniform, but let me show you guys what happened, because the car didn't do too hot, or actually it did too hot. Dyno sheet. First thing you see is, holy crap, it made 480 horsepower. Well, no it didn't. It says it made 480 horsepower. That's actually accurate. It did make 520 pound-feet of torque, but the reason why is that's torque. So as you guys can see, the red line, it blipped it up to 520, and then it started decreasing down. Power only really hit like 360, 370, which is horrible. I mean, stock, it makes 469. Now, this is wheel horsepower, not crank. So wheel horsepower, it's low. That's low for the modifications the car has. You guys remember 77mm clutch pulley. We have 630cc injectors. No cats, long tube headers. We have an 82mm throttle body. So it's modified. It's decently modified, but that's horrible. And I talked to my tuner. As soon as I got out of there, I was like, what the hell? So I thankfully called him, and he got back to me, and we discussed what happened here. Now, what the person, or the dyno person at the shop thought was going on was, he said that there's something wrong with the tuning. The car was kind of leaning out or whatnot, but then you have this little air fuel ratio thing over here, and I sent all this to my tuner, by the way. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but this is not the same day that I went to the dyno. I think I might have confused it when I said at the beginning of the video that I just changed. But let me get it straight. I'm filming this 2 days after the footage you guys saw. So I got in contact with my tuner, which, if you guys don't know who it is, it's Tony at Race IQ. He thankfully got back to me pretty quickly. I know he's pretty busy, but we talked over this. I sent him this, and we talked about it. And what we both seemed to think was going on was the car was simply heat soaking. Because if you guys don't remember, I live in the desert, and it was probably like 105, 110 outside. So probably in the shop, maybe a little bit hotter. And now, yes, I do have new modifications. I will show you guys those. I'm waiting on VRP to send me something so I can tell you guys more about it. But hopefully I can get that video done for you guys soon, because I have everything filmed except for the outro. So I'm waiting on that. I'll get that video out as soon as I can. But the car has decent cooling mods, but from what me and him discussed, this car would really benefit from a killer chiller or a meth injection system or something like that to help cool the IATs down. Because he was telling me, he goes, I bet you if we were logging the whole time, and honestly, stupid me, I didn't log, but if I was logging, we could have seen the car pulling timing. We could have seen the IATs go jumping up, going crazy. And what I also found out after the fact was that I was just going through the car, checking everything over, because I have a little oil leak from one of the valve covers. Even though we just did them, I have to redo it. And I found out that one of the hoses that goes from the intercooler, the hot one, that goes to the pump, was actually leaking. So it had a little hole in it, had been leaking the whole time. So if there's no coolant inside the intercooler, you can't cool the supercharger down. So that's probably what happened. I lost a lot of coolant. Good thing I caught it in time. The pump didn't run dry fully. I refilled it, replaced the hose, and now it's all good. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on. So the car's not making great power, or at least when it's really hot, which is to be expected. If you guys know anything about the M113Ks, their biggest, Achilles heel is heat soaking, and there it is. This is the best example. So I'm going to retry this again probably in November, December, when it gets cold out here in Vegas. I'm going to probably try to put it on the dyno again, see what it puts down. And yeah, we'll just go ahead and see at that point, because as of right now, it's too hot. And I think for me to put good numbers down on a dyno in the middle of Las Vegas summer, I'd probably need a killer chiller or something. So yeah, we'll figure all that out later on. But thank you guys all so much for checking the video out. I hope you kind of found it at least a little bit interesting with the clips I threw in of the car on the dyno. But yeah, there's a lot more things that we could discuss. He also wasn't a big fan of how the car was on the dyno, because he said that the guy kind of just went into it. He didn't really just like hammer it or like go full throttle. I don't know. I don't understand dynos, but regardless, I'll catch you guys in the next video. And let me know down in the comments, what do you guys think? You guys think I wasn't cooling enough or whatnot? I'll see you later.